Good evening, Bahamas. Coming up in our news tonight. Defense Force Commodore Tellis Bethel discusses new trends out at sea. Police recover weapons overnight. Roadworks continue on the Family Islands and much more.
Our news is brought to you by Alive.
Good night, Bahamas. Welcome to our news weekend edition. I'm Georgia Bain, topping news tonight. Migrant smugglers and poachers are downsizing their vessels in a bid to slip past authorities patrolling waters of the Bahamas. That's according to Commodore of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force Tellis Bethel, who says the force has had to adapt to its apprehension strategies to address the new trend. Our Jasmine Brown has the details in this report.
The Commodore says yachts and go-fast boats are becoming the vessels of choice for those smuggling illegal immigrants into the Bahamas.
This time of year, you have the cold fronts that come through and they take advantage of the strong winds. Also, we've realized for some time that they have been shifting mains, changing their mains of transport. They're using the more modern type yachts and so forth, so you have to be on the lookout for not just only the regular wooden sloop, but modern sailing vessels as well.
Bethel pointed to the recent apprehension of 54 migrants in Abaco. During that roundup, 29 migrants were apprehended aboard a yacht anchored near the entrance of Man-O-War Key, Marsh Harbor. Authorities were alerted by local residents about undocumented Haitian nationals being ferried ashore by a speedboat with an additional 25 Haitian migrants aboard.
We've had an incident where one had made its way near to Abaco, and of course it was a joint operation by Immigration, Police, Defense Force. They apprehended that vessel, so we've had some success in that area.
Bethel adds that the same is true for suspected Dominican poachers.
We also note that they have also shifted their means of poaching, and this is when you make an inroad in one area, you have success in other areas. You have to always be mindful it's not over, because people are always thinking what to do next. And what we have observed now is they're using smaller, go-fast type vessels to fish near Inagua, Little Inagua. That's closest to the Dominican Republic, and we've had some success in apprehending them as well.
Bethel says in 2018, the Defense Force apprehended 197 Dominican poachers, with poaching fines last year totaling $8 million. Reporting for our news, I'm Jasmine Brown.
Well, in crime news, in the first incident, according to reports, shortly after 1, Southern Division officers acting on information went to a bushy area on Larrard Street where they searched and recovered a silver and black 9mm pistol. No arrests were made in this incident. Investigations are ongoing. In the second incident, shortly after 2, anti-gang and firearms officers were on patrol on Scott Street, Baintown, when they searched a male and recovered from his trousers a .45 pistol and 10 rounds of ammunition. The man was taken into custody and is expected to be formally charged before a magistrate in court next week. Well, in 2018, there were 11 fatal and 9 non-fatal police-involved shootings. In many of these incidents, the public has questioned whether police actions were called for. Well, police press liaison Shanta Knoll says they encourage officers to follow the law and also understand that some situations may call for such action.
Our job is to protect the people in the community. That's what we're out there to do, to prevent crime, but to protect the people in our communities. And there may be times when we have to take action where it results in someone's life being taken. We don't rejoice in those kind of behaviors, but we have to understand that it's possible that one of us could also lose our life. But our main focus is to protect the people of the Bahamas, and that is what we're going to go out there to do.
Knowles added that they do not condone bad behavior and added that when the police's new body cams come on stream, they will tell the full tale and show that officers are trained to handle difficult situations
and maybe confronted or how do I say this, test it in a certain way and cause a reaction. We're not condoning any bad behavior. Far from it. We do not subscribe to that kind of bad behavior. But I can also tell you that there are cameras in our interrogation rooms, interview rooms, as we call them, or interview suites, at our detective units. But those footages are used for court, and they will be released only once the case starts or with the permission of the courts.
Well, as Roadworks continue here in the capital, Ministry of Works officials are also on the ground in several family islands, such as Abaco.
So we have a number of road repair projects going on in the Family Islands. Currently in Abaco, the road to the ferry, the Red Bay Road, that paving has been completed, and work is on the way at Stink Pond on the Queens Highway. The bypass temporary road was opened this morning, and so now the contractor can commence work on actually repairing the main road.
Over in Andros, Road says the works are moving smoothly, paving roads that islanders have complained about for years.
Over the past 2 or 3 years, we've had a number of major roadworks contracts in North and Central Abaco, in Andros, and those are continuing. In particular, we have the roadworks for Bamsey as well.
Roach assures residents that roadworks near major canals and waterways will not pose a hazard to marine life, but rather should improve their numbers in a matter of days.
We have the London Creek area of, is that Central Andros? Going into North Andros. Yes, we have completed the design for a concrete culvert system that we will be installing that will open up the flow between the creeks, and we hope that we have as great a success there as we had in the Little Causeway in Abaco. When we put in those concrete culverts, that almost immediately they saw an increase in the fish and migration patterns.
Roadworks are even being carried out in Exuma to accommodate the upcoming Ride for Hope event.
We are in the process of getting approval for funding to undertake some road patching in the Queens Highway in Eleuthera, North and Central Eleuthera, to accommodate the Ride for Hope, which occurs in March of this year. And we will be making requests in the 2019-2020 budget for additional funds to do roadworks in Inagua, Eleuthera, and Exuma.
Well, still to come on our news team speaks with visitors on the state of downtown. Plus, Rotaract is looking for some new members. That and much more after the break.